that good? Is that good?
Can't stop, won't stop, get guap. 10 white toes and them toy flip-flops. Manicures and pedicures, I'm always tip-top. When they say I'm not hot, all these lies need to stop.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do the video I probably should have posted as my first video, but I just didn't do it because I had something else planned for that. So today is going to be my get ready with me and get to know me video. So I'm just going to answer some like general questions I've seen other YouTubers answer in these kind of videos. I know there's like a tag you can do for these kind of things, but I'll figure that out another day. So I'm just gonna get ready with you today. Sorry if I don't look at the camera, I keep looking at like the kind of picture of me, but we'll start anyways by pinning back my hair, not by my moisturizer. So I'm just gonna pin back this little bit of fringe, and you are going to see me transform today. Gonna go full catfish on you, and yeah, we'll get to it. So I suppose I'm just starting off with, I don't use primer. People are probably killing me for that. I just use moisturizer. I don't know why. I just don't think, I think primer always makes my makeup slide off or something. Probably just not using a good primer. And I need a lot of moisture in my face anyways. So yeah. So anyways, get to know me. Well, my nails kind of match my top. Ooh. My name is Keely. My full name is, oh my god, there's someone inside. You can probably see me. My full name is Keely Marie Naomi McGrath. So on Instagram, my like bio name is like Keely Naomi, because I think everyone in Ireland is actually called Marie, like their second name. So I just put that one up. Where am I from? From Tipperary, that's in Ireland, if anyone's watching it who's not in Ireland. So I'm from Tipperary town, in Tipperary, and I moved to Limerick nearly 4 years ago now. I moved here for college originally, and then I just stayed here for the people. What am I doing? Oh, I always just get confused on what it is I'm supposed to be doing. What is my next step? It's my eyelids. I don't know what's wrong with me. So for my eyelids, I just use P. Louise base. Even though I don't think I'm going to be doing eyeshadow, this is just my kind of daily makeup. So I just always squidge that on top of something. Anyways, I moved to Limerick originally for college, and then I just stayed here. I work here now. I live with my boyfriend, etc. Oh, what am I doing? This is literally like the worst start to the video ever. I just didn't have anything organized. Yeah, so that's that. So I'm from Tipperary town. I've got 5 other siblings. So we'll start at the basics, I suppose. I've got 5 siblings, and I'm the oldest out of all of them. So I've got my sister Becky, and she is 21. I'm 22, by the way. That probably should have come into the questions. My sister Becky is 21. I have 2 twin brothers, Scott and Joshua, and they are 18. I have my little sister Eve, and she is only 9. And then I've got Lily, who's the youngest. She's my dad's daughter though, as in my dad and my stepmom's daughter, and she is 3. And then the rest of us are all my mom's kids. Can't speak. So there's 6 of us there, and I'm the oldest out of 6. And yeah, there's a lot of us obviously. I'm 22. I'm going to be 23 in November. My birthday is the 20th of November, if anyone cares about that. What else is there to know about me? I'm sure there's obviously a lot to know about me. Sorry, I'm just so distracted. Anyways, I'm just going to brush up my eyebrows with that. This is supposed to be clear gel from Penneys, and it's literally just gone brown because obviously from putting product on my eyebrows and stuff. My eyebrows badly need to be done. They're in like a really bad state of affairs right now. But yeah, what's next then? So I went to primary and secondary school in Tipperary, and the 2 of them were all girls like convent schools. So St. Joseph's was my primary school, and my principal there was actually a nun. It was originally run by nuns, but I wasn't there for when the nuns were teaching or anything like that. I was only there while my principal was a nun, so that was Sister Claire. And then when I went to secondary school as well, the secondary school was literally right beside the primary school, like they were right beside each other, so I did not go far. And it was again an all-girls school, and that was also run by nuns before. There's like a nun convent like right behind us, but I also wasn't there. I wasn't there for any nuns teaching there. Like sometimes nuns would come into sub, but yeah, besides that there wasn't wasn't too many incidents with nuns in the schools. It's so weird actually when I think of that I went to like 2 schools but run by nuns, but our school was kind of like, my secondary school was kind of like in partner with the all boys school, if that makes sense. So the all boys school was at the Abbey, and they were like the bottom of the town, we were the top of the town. But when we were in transition year, there was like a school musical, and it was the girls, all girls school, which was my school, St. Anne's, with the all boys school, and we did like a play together. So, you know, I wasn't just like locked away from not being able to see boys or anything like that. It wasn't a boarding school where we weren't allowed to talk to them or anything like that. We did like mingle and those kind of things. What else? So then I'm just gonna keep talking. I can probably go back and forth. Then when I finished secondary school, I put down my first choice for my CAO. Also, by the way, I leave cert. God, I just was not studying. I didn't like enjoy school. I loved school, as in I loved my friends, and like I had a really good time in school. I didn't have like a bad time in school, thank God. Like I wasn't like bullied and picked on in school, which is really good, because I know some people just have a really hard time in secondary school, but I didn't. I was kind of friends with everyone. Like I was friends with all the groups. I was just a weirdo in school though. Like I was just so strange and so like loud and random, but people just got on with it. I still am like that. Then I put down my first choice for college was the University of Limerick for English and Media, and every other choice after that would have been business, which I just wish now I did, because I would have loved to just do business and marketing. Sorry, they keep holding my face. I'm like, I would have loved to just do marketing. I think that I would have just been a really good marketing student, but I do think when I was 18 I wouldn't have taken that seriously either. I didn't take my English and Media seriously, and I dropped out after 2 years, so that didn't work. But I did get my first choice on my CAO, and when that happened I literally just bawled my eyes out crying. Was so happy. Was just absolutely delighted. A really good tip as well, if anyone is watching this that are in secondary school or will be like going into their final year next year. I know it's a bit too late now for the 6th years, but I was like a really bad student, as in like I didn't, like if I wanted to study I would have, and I probably would have gotten along really well, but I didn't like going to school just because I was lazy. And yeah, so like I suppose my study habits and stuff did fall behind. I did do most of my exams in higher level except for maths and Irish. Everything else, like biology, English, all those other exams, I did everything in honours level. So obviously just getting grades and that alone boosted up my points. But what I did is I applied to the HEAR scheme, if anyone cares. But the HEAR and DARE scheme are like really good schemes in Ireland. So I think anyone who's like basically eligible for the SUSI grant is eligible for the HEAR scheme. And I think it just means like you live in a disadvantaged area. So I lived on the Galtee Mountains, like my home house is the Galtee Mountains, and I live right up there on top of the mountains. I've got one neighbour, that's it. Like we live up a big like Boreen Road. It's just so country. I didn't always live there. I lived in the town. My mother moved us to like this really big house in the country, which I love my home house so much, just because the area had like no facilities for like libraries and stuff nearby, that was marked as like a disadvantaged area, I suppose. So I was able to qualify for the HEAR scheme. The HEAR scheme basically meant they could give you extra points to match a course, and every single course in every single university, I think ITs as well, have to have a certain amount of spaces for the HEAR and DARE scheme students. The DARE scheme then is for like disabilities, so like just disabilities. So I applied to UL and I actually missed the points by a few, so I actually got those points given to me by the HEAR scheme to make me eligible to go to the University of Limerick. Besides that, then I got all the points from all my other courses, like there was business courses I applied for in like GMIT and things like that, but again I wouldn't have just been mature enough to do any of those. I wasn't mature enough to do college anyway. So yeah, when I say I wasn't mature enough, I just mean that like I didn't take college seriously. I didn't really care at all. I never once failed an exam or anything like that in college. So that was good. Like it's not as if I was just stupid and didn't do anything. It's just I really didn't take anything too seriously. I would have just done my assignments and stuff the night before. I loved the new media side of it all. So that would have been like the kind of we did like Photoshop classes and we did like filming videos and things like that. And I loved all that side of it. I just didn't like the English side. It was like Gothic literature. Just really, really hard and like intense English classes. So yeah, that was not my favourite. By the way, that was just Penny's like brow thing that's I put my eyebrows. They're really, really, really bad right now. They just need to be done. So next I'm just going to go in with foundation. The foundation I'm just going to use I usually use MAC Studio Fix in shade NC42, as you can see, but I found like this like cheap alternative. It's this Penny's brand one. I just use this for kind of when I'm not going out, because I just don't like using my expensive kind of foundation. If I can use this, it's €4, but it doesn't come with a pump, so I literally have to put it on like this. Yeah, anyways, yeah, so back to what I was talking about. If anyone does think that they're going into their leaving cert and they do need extra points, or they might think that just the course that they're going for could change in points, like courses do go up. Every single course in universities anyways have to have a certain amount of students on the Here and There scheme. There's like spaces open available for it, because also I never knew I was going to go to the University of Limerick. I thought I was going to go to GMIT. I had no accommodation for UL. Just gonna bust this out. I had no accommodation for UL, so the day I found out, me and mum just drove to Limerick to like try to find it. But I remember we just pulled up in the car park in the University of Limerick. I don't know what we thought we were gonna do, like just go knock on the doors of the accommodation, I don't know, but we pulled up there anyways. And I got a call from the university, because we had rang them asking to be on like a waiting list, and they said that I didn't get the spot in the waiting list, but because I was a HERE student, again another advantage, that they had certain spaces available for HERE students. So I was actually delighted with that as well. So we just put down the deposit, and I think 3 weeks later I started college there. And honestly, the HERE scheme was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Even though I didn't finish my course, it was just such a great opportunity for someone who really didn't take school and things seriously to be able to experience college. I know like 3 or 4 of the girls that I did it with, actually, yeah, 4 of the other girls that I did it with, that I became friends with in the orientation week, they're all after finishing their courses and stuff. I just don't think the course was for me. Like I said, I didn't fail an exam or anything. It's just I just didn't take it seriously enough because I wasn't passionate about the course. Sorry that I'm just doing my neck, I'm just a pale bitch. But yeah, I just wasn't passionate about it, so there was no point in staying for another 2 years. And to be honest, everything that you kind of need to do afterwards, I feel like you have to do more things anyway. Like girls in my courses are going to do masters and stuff now. It's a very broad course, and I feel like there's a lot of competition in it if you were just to finish with that degree alone, unless you had obviously a really high grade, which luckily my friends do have, but I just wouldn't have gotten that. And again, I just wouldn't have used it. God, I'm rambling a lot about college, aren't I? This should just be a college talk. So yeah, that was my whole college experience anyways. Then I was working in JD Sports at the time when I like dropped out. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I do not do my makeup like this. Like, this is not what I do. But do you know when you're kind of just freaking out? This is a Penny's concealer stick, lads. I'm just in love with Primark Beauty range. Like, I just use it the whole time. Anyways, back to my point. What am I trying to say? What was I trying to say? Oh yes, sorry, I was working in JD Sports at the time, but the hours obviously weren't too great. Like, there isn't contract hours in there, and I was obviously dropped out of college, so I decided I'd stay living with my friends in student accommodation, and then I got a proper job. So now I work in like an office job, so that's 40 hours a week. And I was living in a house, when I first started, I was living in a house where everyone was just partying the whole time. Obviously, we were in college, and I just absolutely hated it so much, because like I'd work Monday to Friday as well, so I literally worked the college hours. Monday to Friday, 10 o'clock till 6 o'clock is what I work. And like, I lived in a house of people that just wanted a house party the whole time, which is so fine. Like, it's their house and they are the students. I just was not about that buzz, so I stayed there for a few months and then lived in College Court again that summer. That's in Limerick, by the way, if anyone's watching that isn't from Limerick. Lived there again that summer, but just lived with very quiet people. And then me and Jamie went house hunting that summer. Can't find my bronzer brush. Oh. Me and Jamie then went house hunting then that summer, and not house hunting, apartment hunting, because I'm after backtracking again. Basically, when I was working in JD's, oh my god, guys, this is not what I usually do. Like, when I was working in JD's, can't speak, I met Jamie, my boyfriend. By the way, guys, I'm just gonna be rambling back and forth. You're just gonna have to start picking up the pieces here with me, because I'm gonna forget my life. So you're just gonna have to add it all up. So when I was working in JD's, I met Jamie, and then I met Jamie and we started going out, and I was with him when I actually dropped out of college. Me and him were together, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and that was all fine. And that was when I was in second year of college, and I was still working on JD's, and me and Jamie started going out. Oh god, I say the same sentence 10 more times. But then Jamie actually told me when, like, the first night we were together, he told me that he was actually planning to move into Canada. So I was like, it's fine, we probably won't be that serious together. It's fine. 3 years later, me and Jamie are still going out. So Jamie, that April, we started going out in January, and that April then Jamie decided he was going to go to Canada. I couldn't stop him, he had a plan since the September before. That was fine. We just did long distance for 9 months. So we did 6 months without seeing each other at all. And then he went over in April, and I went, and then in September, or is it August? No, it was September, I went over to see him, and it was like the biggest thing I've ever done. Like, I can't even walk into a shop by myself, and I literally, like, this little girl and her fucking big massive suitcase, and I just went over to see him, and it was just the best thing ever. We were just so happy when we saw each other. I think we kind of just knew everything was going to be okay after seeing each other then. So he moved home at Christmas. He wasn't going to come home till the April afterwards, but long distance was just getting really, really hard, and we just knew the two of us were just a really good couple. So he came home at Christmas. A little seagull just flew over my head. Over my head, I'm in a room. He came home at Christmas anyways, and then that's when I was still living in the college. That's when I got the new job. When he came home at Christmas, I got this new job. I had been working a year in JD's, which was so fine because I usually worked weekend work. So I usually worked like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the college thing didn't really annoy me too much because they were open late on the weekend, on the Thursdays and Fridays. So I'd usually just work the late shift anyway. So the whole college partying thing I was just involved with. Like, I was going out partying while working there, because I didn't really usually have work the next day. So that was fine. But when Jamie came home, he was looking for a job and I was looking for a job, and we had worked in JD's together. So I got a job in this office that I'm working in now, and then Jamie actually got a job in the same place, which is just so funny. So the two of us are working away, but he'd always be staying at my house, and it was just really, really impossible to stay there because everyone was just so loud. And if it wasn't my house, I lived on the street facing side. If it wasn't my house, the streets were just so noisy. Like, we lived in a college housing estate. It's called College Court. If anyone knows it, it's just strictly college. So yeah, we decided we'd just go house hunting. He had already been used to living out because he was in Canada. Like, he was back home with his parents, but he just wanted to move out anyways. So the two of us just said, fuck it, would we just find somewhere together? The house hunt was a whole different story. Like, it was really, really, really hard to find accommodation to live in that wasn't robbing you blind in Limerick. Like, we went for a viewing one day in this apartment. It's above, like, Zanet, if anyone knows where that is in town, if anyone's from Limerick. It's like the tanning bed studio, like, across from Debenhams. And it was this tiny, tiny, tiny apartment. Like, the room was literally the bedroom. It was 1-bedroom apartment. The bathroom was teensy, 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 and the kitchen sitting was all the one. But the kitchen was so small, it didn't even have a fridge in it. It had a small little fridge this small, and it didn't even have a freezer. It was just kind of one of those fridges you can, like an office fridge, if that makes sense, kind of like a portable fridge or something. It was just terrible. And the room was literally just as big as a double bed. So the double bed was like taking up this space, and you could fit like one person at this side and one person at this side. There was no wardrobe. So it was like what we thought was a big wardrobe wasn't a wardrobe. It was the hot press in the bedroom. And they were asking for €1,000 a month. So we were so desperate at the time, we actually nearly ended up taking it. And they were like, no, well, let's just wait on. The reason we were desperate is because I had to be out of the house I was in August when the students moved back in. This highlighter is from Penneys. It's a shock. It's really, really bright though. And I just really tried to use the law of attraction. Like I use that for everything in life. Anytime I want something, I get it. Whenever I need something, I just tell myself I'm going to get it, and I just focus on it, and then the universe gives it to me. And I'm a strong believer in like the law of attraction. I'm a strong believer in like positive energy and all that kind of stuff. I actually have the book The Secret is right there in my bed. I love reading it. I just love like channeling all that good energy and stuff. I sound like such a hippie, but it all really does work. And we rang this one lady after like so many house hunting. We rang this one lady anyways, and she had a listing up for a 2-bed apartment, and it was like cheap as well. It was like 950, which is really good for a 2-bedroom apartment. They'd usually go for about 1200 in Limerick, for a nice one anyways. So rang her and she was like, oh, are you a couple? I was like, yeah. And she was like, are you both working? I was like, yeah, we are. And she was like, oh, well, the apartment I have is actually gone. So we were like, okay. And then she was like, but we have another one that we haven't actually posted yet. She's like, I've got multiple properties. One of my tenants just moved out and we haven't posted the property yet. Do you want to have a look at it? And I was like, yeah, of course. So me and Jamie, literally 2 days later, me and Jamie came to look at this apartment that I'm in right now. So we came to look here, and we fell in love with the place. The place is so big. Like, this is my room here. This is like my room. This is my room. This is me and Jamie's room, but it's actually much bigger than it looks on camera. So he has a dresser there. I have this dresser here. But I actually have this big vanity mirror here as well. So it actually is really spacious. This is Jamie's wardrobe. And then I've got a spare room. We've got the exact same size room next door. And we just push the bed like against, say, this window here. We push the bed against that. And I just use, there's 2 lockers and a wardrobe in there. It's all my clothes. I've got a big clothes rail as well. So I've basically got my own little walk-in wardrobe in there. And then we've got a really, really, really big sitting room. And we've got like an apartment-sized kitchen, but we have a proper fridge freezer. And yeah, so we were absolutely delighted with it. Our landlord's lovely, and we're living here a year now. So just brilliant, the way everything kind of fell into place. So that is my long distance moving in story. Geez, you're supposed to be getting to know me, but you're really getting to know me. But I suppose better off knowing kind of all the backstory. But yeah, that's it anyways. What I kind of want to do currently with my life, like I'm so, I don't know, I just would love to get into marketing. I just really do think it would suit me. But I just couldn't go back to full-time college. One, financially, just wouldn't. I live so far, my home house is just so far away, and I don't drive, and even if I did, it would just be too costly to drive in and out. It'd be like an hour there and an hour home every day. And I just wouldn't move back home anyways. Like, I live with my boyfriend. And I've been living out since I was 18. I'm just very, very, very so independent, say. Like when I moved out to college, I just never moved back home. I like lived out for the summers and things like that. I just didn't even go home the weekends. I just worked in Limerick. I'm just like to be very independent that way. So I wouldn't be able to go home and do it. I just don't think I'd be able to afford full-time college and living here. Just wouldn't really work. So I'm thinking of like just doing online courses and stuff like that. But yeah, that's that bit. I don't think I have anything much. Of course I do. Like, of course I do. Lots of questions I saw people say is like, did they prefer college, and like, is college worth it? Like, again, I didn't finish college, so can't tell you if it's worth it, but I already know what it is. Like, I know what it is. So much different roles in life and things like that. You require college. College is not the be all and end all, and I'm literally a living example of that as well. Oh, this is the P. Louise blush. It's my fave. But college is not the be all and end all. Like, I've actually got a really, really good job at the moment. Like, it includes my healthcare and all that kind of stuff. I do have a really good job. I work in a good department and things like that. And I'm always just trying to upskill myself just so I can do more things. So while it is obviously the be all and end all, while college is a really good thing to have, it's not the be all and end all. There's other opportunities for people out there, especially in companies where you can just grow up, where you can like grow and like enhance and things like that. Experience is a big thing. 1 second now, let me just do my lips. God. Experience is massive. So as much as people need to have college degrees, experience is like such a highly requested thing. Like, I'd always look up jobs and they're like wanting like 3 or 4 years and something before they even hire someone. You just wonder where college students can even start these days. This is the toffee lip liner from Penneys. What I do is I just colour the outside. And this is my MAC Honey Love, and I just go into the inside. But yeah, just do whatever makes you happy. I would recommend to anyone who hasn't started college yet or doesn't know what they want to do, I would honestly just take a year out. I know much shit not starting the same year as your friends, but it's actually shitter to start the same year as them and then end up dropping out because it didn't suit you, and then you can't afford to go back because you obviously wasted your money doing it, or you wasted your Susie grant doing it, just things like that. Like, it's just so much better just to know exactly what it is you want to do, or have a brief idea. If you don't know what you want to do, I would go into something very broad like business. The reason being is I would have done business in first year, but I never thought about, I just chose UL because it just looked like such a good university, and it was just my first choice. I say if I went into business, I think I knew in second year that I wanted to do kind of like marketing and like things like that. I probably would have been able to major in marketing, or at least kind of switch departments up a little bit and things like that. It's just so much wiggle room with it. Whereas I feel like the course I was doing was very like, it is what it is, if that makes sense. But that is, I think, really everything. This has been such a long video. That's just, I suppose, I get to know me for who I am right now. So yeah, in case you need a recap, my name is Keely, I'm nearly 23. I live with my boyfriend, he's from Limerick, his name is Jamie. I'm the oldest of 6, I'm from Tipperary, and I dropped out of college. That's everything, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it's probably a little bit of a boring one. And this is my makeup final look. Oh god, I always get mascara there. I'm just absolutely useless. This is not how I'm going to style my hair, so I'm just going to do that later. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching my YouTube video, my little get to know me, get ready with me. If there's any other questions you want to know, I don't know, text me on Instagram, comment them below. I don't really know. But I'll be making more videos soon. I just need to think of what to make them on. Yeah, so thank you. Please like and subscribe.